So what's for lunch? More and more people are saying food trucks.
Yeah. As the Meals on Wheels industry is growing, we wanted to know how they're regulated and if your sandwich is really safe.
Tonight, News Channel 15's Alyssa Ivanson digs for answers in a 15 Finds Out investigation.
The food truck industry is booming in Fort Wayne, and it's growing too. 5 new trucks coming onto the scene this year. Most of us have had lunch or dinner at one or several before. Tomorrow's Food Truck Thursday downtown. So with so many people turning to food trucks, we wanted to take a closer look at how they're regulated. The trucks are inspected per Indiana law, and we discovered some trucks did have health code violations this year. So we took those reports to the mobile restaurants to make sure you're safe the next time you choose a truck for lunch.
With the chicken in there, a little bit roasted red peppers.
Order for Dave.
This year it's just exploded.
It's a large city and we're not at saturation yet.
The dog itself is great.
It's a whole different culinary experience in Fort Wayne.
They follow the same rule as every other food establishment in Allen County.
In January, you guys had 4 violations.
I didn't have any violations.
Yeah, there were 3 critical and 1 non-critical violations for Urban Skillet.
I didn't have my pilot light lit.
Are you Dan? Hi, Alyssa.
We try very hard to do just what the Board of Health would like us to do.
Food trucks quickly becoming crowd favorites at area festivals and events.
I think it adds a cool, hip vibe. We are, part of the times and part of this culinary revolution that's taking place right now across the country.
I like to try to follow them around Fort Wayne.
We're still going to be here until it snows, probably.
Loaded hot dogs, decked out fries, pizza by the slice or by the pie, creative quesadillas, gourmet grilled cheese, even a taste of New Orleans. A row of food trucks.
You have, 10 restaurants on a block. That's how I looked at it.
Easy to pick something different, try something new.
While these restaurants can move around, they are still regulated by Indiana law. 15 Finds Out reviewed the latest health department inspection reports for 14 trucks. 6 of them had a total of 14 violations marked down.
Are you the owner?
We took those reports to the food truck owners for answers.
Hi, Alyssa. Nice to meet you.
Affine's been serving up sandwiches since 2012.
In January, you guys had 4 violations. So, what did you guys do to remedy all of these?
We remedied all of them on spot pretty much.
The truck needed to prove it had a certified food handler. It got dinged for storing raw eggs on a shelf above ready-to-eat meat and didn't have date markings on a house-made slaw.
Probably there was a couple that we forgot to do that day and they're like, hey, by the way, you need to label these. We're like, yes, we know, but we forgot that time or that type of thing. So
now have you guys put date markings on your house-made stuff?
You betcha.
On your latest inspection, there were 2 violations.
Spicer's also a veteran truck, opening in 2013.
I guess that you had some lids over your sink.
Yeah, my hand wash sink. The trucks are very compact, and my hand wash sink, I had a cover over it, and not that we don't use it, of course we use it, but we did have a cover over it, so we got a violation for that.
Food trucks are safe?
Absolutely, we're just as safe as any restaurant in Fort Wayne.
Down a few feet on Food Truck Row, Urban Skillet just opened this year.
I didn't have any violations.
Yeah, there were 3 critical and 1 non-critical violations for Urban Skillet.
Urban Skillet's report showed a drink without a lid by the sink, raw beef stored above raw shrimp in a cooler, and the water heater wasn't making the water hot enough for hand washing.
Every once in a while we roll up, we get busy. I didn't have my pilot light lit so I could wash my hands at 120 degrees water. So it's just simple little things like that. We just got to keep a checklist and make sure that we're doing it every time.
The main thing that they're all concerned with is the temperatures of your refrigeration.
Soul Kitchen had 1 violation in May. A seal on a cooler door was torn. It's now fixed.
We're complying with everything a restaurant has to comply with. We have the same rules. We have to have the Ansel system put in. This is the fire extinguisher system that every truck has to have.
Naked Chopsticks got a violation for not having hot water. Pizza Bama's latest inspection last year found violations for crab dip not being stored cold enough and food debris and mold in 2 coolers. So we took these reports back to the health department to find out just how serious these infractions really are.
Overall, just like the rest of the food establishments in Allen County, they do a wonderful job. They comply with the rule very well.
The health department's Food and Consumer Protection Director says while there were some code violations, nothing was extreme or overly concerning.
We're looking at potential, not probability. So if you're storing like raw shell eggs over ready-to-eat meat, the potential is there for contamination, but the probability is probably fairly low. But we're just trying to prevent that potential.
So overall, are food trucks safe?
Absolutely. Yeah, they're just as safe as every other food establishment. They may be a little more safe because when you walk up to a food truck, you see into their kitchen. You can tell exactly what they're doing.
If anything, most of the truck owners say they're inspected more than regular restaurants. Every county they travel to has its own health department.
DeKalb, Adams, Huntington, and just everywhere. So we're pretty tidy and clean, all within a 4-month period. We've been checked that many times just to get permits.
We've been inspected probably 7 times this year.
While all the trucks weren't violation-free, bottom line from the health department, food trucks have the green light for serving you up street food on the go.
The last time the Board of Health was out here, after he inspected it, both Board of Health inspectors came and ate off my truck. So that kind of tells you a little something.
Good seeing you.
Yes, we'll see you.
Take care.
Now, our 15 Finds Out investigation continues right now on WANE.com. Take a look. In the Lunch for Trucks story, we've posted for you all of the latest inspection reports for the 14 trucks we looked at. Just click on the picture of the truck and the report will pop up. Now, Brett and Heather, most of these violations were all corrected on site while the inspector was still there. The trucks that I went on, they all seemed clean. I'm told the key is cleaning them as they go, and then all the trucks are cleaned top to bottom once a week. And really, the violations that were there really were not glaring.
Okay, good to know. Thank you, Alyssa.